Hi, and welcome to another process video. So today it's going to be cards. So check out this really cool stamp set. It is called Floral Borders and Sentiments from Close to My Heart. And there's a lot of versatility with it. And today I decided that we're just going to do it as the stamp is intended to be used, where you have the split floral border, and inside of it you can put any kind of sentiment that you want, whether it's from another stamp set or it's from the one that's included. They have thank you, celebrate, and sympathy. So you have quite a few little pieces that you can put together here to make a variety of cards. I think this would be fun paired with another stamp set to even take it farther. So when I did this, I actually used my Tim Holtz stamp positioner for a couple of reasons. One, for lining it up and making sure I got it really where I wanted it. And two, I'm using intense black ink. And sometimes I don't do a good job inking that up the first time. And so this allows me to get a nice, crisp, clean look. Also, intense black is what you want to use when you're going to be doing any sort of coloring mediums that may make your black ink bleed. So we're going to be working with obviously watercolors today, so you can see here on my work surface, along with some alcohol markers. So let's start by getting our our all-purpose mat out so that we can protect our surface and watercolors. Eventually, we're going to be doing some heat embossing, and I'm going to show you how these little pens from Close to My Heart work for extra embossing purposes. All right, so let's speed this up a little bit faster here. So my hands are kind of going crazy because of that. So I am working with regular white daisy cardstock, and because I'm doing that, you'll see that I'm often wiping my brush off on my little shop towel here. That's because this water brush is constantly delivering water throughout the process, and even though I'm not squeezing it, I don't want my paper to be so saturated that it pills or has those little bumps or breaks through or anything like that. So I'm just being very cautious about how much water I'm delivering to this. Loving all of these inks that these green colors that I'm putting together to create my foliage. And so now I'm going to start coming in and filling in our beautiful flowers here. So coloring with watercolors is super easy. It's not anything to be scared of. And if you haven't tried it yet, I really do recommend it. You can do shadowing, you can do blending, you can do solid images. There's lots of things you do. Just like with anything else, practicing over and over, and you can see my daughter's hand in there. She's helping me pick out the colors. Practicing over and over and just playing with it, and the more comfortable you become, like anything, the better at it will be. So I'm just adding some shades of purple in on these little flowers here, and again you can see me just kind of wipe that off. And I love being able to blend colors. So here I'm going to make a coral, and I just used that red tone and that light pink tone there, and gave myself a little coral. And now I'm going to use a nice pretty almost canary like yellow, and then I add a little bit of orange to that yellow to create a nice soft orange for the center. So let's do some coloring with our alcohol markers. So these are the tri-blend markers that Close to My Heart has with Spectrum Noir. So you have all three shades of each color that you want in one marker. So here I'm using the deep purple blend, citrus blend, and that orange blend. Now for the orange center, I went in with the light orange and I went in with the light citrus, and that way I was able to create a really soft orange centered flower. So here you can see that I started with the light, then medium, then dark on that purple flower. And I'm going to do the same here with this blue flower. That's how I have always done all of my coloring, is light, medium, dark, but yet you can do it with dark, medium, light. And you'll see me kind of experiment with that here on this second blue flower. I do have to say I am a girl of tradition, and so I just kind of sort of fall back with that light, medium, dark measure, but really they do both look great. So a little trick I like to do is anytime I have some foliage that has a stem, I like to go over it with my marker or coloring medium just to help it stand out. I think it does a little thing extra. So the most important thing that I want to do in this video is show you guys how to do the embossing with the pens. And I'm just going to finish coloring the rest of this off camera here. So here's this watercoloring paper, and or watercolored piece. I'm sorry, it's not watercolor paper. I am going to come in with my DIY anti-static tool. Let me just say that while this was super easy to make and pretty much virtually zeroed pennies because all the supplies I had at home, I recommend spending the $8 and getting the anti-static tool. It's just better. Let's just say that. So I don't need a sympathy card. I don't want to put that out in the universe right now. So I'm going to go with a thank you card because we can always be thankful for something. I'm going to ink this up in my Versamark ink, really nice and neat. And then I am going to sprinkle it with some silver fine embossing powder from Ranger that Close to My Heart also has on their product line. Look how cute that is. It comes out really nice. So all you have to do is add a little heat tool to this. I'm just using an older style heat gun from Close to My Heart. They do have a newer, more improved one, and I think once this one dies, then I'll go ahead and get it. But until then, that's a girl after my own heart. I like to just use my stash. Great. Here are these pens. These are awesome. So you have a medium, you have a brush, and then you have a broad tip. So I'm going to come in with the medium tip, and I'm going to outline that stamped image just on the line part, and then we're going to cover that up with some embossing. Look at this. Look how cool that is. So now I can come in and I'm going to carefully do the other line, and then we'll heat it all together. I'm just kind of wiping some extra powder off there. And again, I just used the medium tip, but you could use the broad or the brush. Either one of them will work really well for this. And then as you heat it up, it just works like any other embossing that you would have. I just was really excited to put these tools together to make this card. So I'm going to end up cutting about 1/8 of an inch off each side, bringing this panel down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to end up adhering it on top of some silver foil paper that Close to My Heart also carries. So I did that. And you'll see that at the end of the video because I really thought that would be super fun to do, and I didn't capture it on camera. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have gotten some inspiration from watching the video and that you love what I've done with these cards today. I can't wait to craft with you again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.